The Greater St. Lucia Wetland Park is a protected area on the north coast of South Africa. The St. Lucia Dukuduku forests were home to several small groups of displaced people who came from different regions of the province. In 1994, the new democratic government gave them some land in the forest and Kula village was built. Although each of the groups making up Kula are Zulu, their connection to their common heritage has been weakened by leaving their original homes. Pupils at Zimbabwean High School realized that the Zulu traditions were being lost because children were no longer living with their older relatives from whom they could learn about their cultural heritage. Some pupils and teachers developed the Azibuyele Masiswini, meaning Back to Our Roots project, to document and preserve the stories of the elders. They realized that by recording the stories, they could preserve and share Zulu tradition and culture. Today, the children will be visiting 3 elders. During this meeting, they will discuss the questions they will be asking at each interview. The first stop is Mr. Paulo Tetrayo's house. Mr. Tetrayo tells the group about the plants used in Zulu funeral and mourning rituals. When he was young, families followed these rituals to make sure that the ancestors would not get angry. The next stop is Sindisiwe Matonsi's house. Here the children learn that a newborn baby girl needs special treatment. She has to be bathed in cold water for the first few days of her life to make sure she grows up healthy. Mrs. Matonsi also tells the group how certain plants in the forest can be used to treat a baby's illness. For the last visit of the day, the children have to walk deep into the heart of the Dukuduku forest. Here they find Gokompungose, who tells them about her calling to become a traditional healer or sangoma. The ancestors called her by making her very ill, and she only got better when she started learning about traditional healing. Gokompungosi plays the makwayane for the children. In the past, young girls played this instrument and sang songs about their lovers' bravery. Back at school, the children discuss all the new information they have gathered. They also talk about the plants of the forest and their place in the Zulu culture. The children transcribe the tapes and add them to their growing collection. Some of the plants that were discussed today can be found in the Siletukukanya Nursery of Indigenous Saplings. The nursery was started as part of the Sacred Forest Project to preserve indigenous plants, record their cultural and medicinal significance, and record their scientific Zulu and English names. The knowledge gathered today deepens both the cultural and ecological understanding of these plants. The tapes and the papers gathered today will be added to the school library. The school has built up a wonderful community resource center filled with the stories and culture of their people and the world they live in. These pupils have access to advanced technology, but any community can make their own library just by listening to and recording their own history. Nyajezi is a small community in Manicaland province in eastern Zimbabwe. The people of Nyajezi have built an amazing center of knowledge to ensure that the children do not just learn how to read, but maintain their literacy skills. This grade 2 class is having a lesson outside because there is no classroom for them. But they do have access to a wide variety of books to keep them interested in reading and learning. This library was created to give children the chance to practice their reading skills. The library is a vital part of community life, and the whole project is the result of community concern. Their children were being taught to read but were losing the skill because they had no reading material. The library began with a few homemade books on a classroom shelf. The parents and teachers pooled their own money to buy materials such as paper, glue, and pens. They wrote out stories and illustrated them using pages cut out from magazines. As the library project gathered steam, they began to acquire published books. Since many of the books were donated from abroad, a library committee, drawn from parents and teachers, carefully went through the books and decided which were appropriate for their library. The library expanded so much that in the early 1990s, the community came together to build a building for the library collection. Again, they pooled their own money and donated their labor and materials. And the original handmade books still have a place of honor in the new library. The new library consists of a book room, a reading room, and a culture hut. Nyajezi school children have regular lessons in the hut to learn about traditional Shona history and culture. Priscilla Nyagudzi is teaching a grade 2 class about cultural objects and how they were used traditionally. The children learn how their own grandparents lived, how they cooked, and how they dressed. The hut has also become the center of celebrations of the Shona culture, not just for the children, but also for the whole community. At occasions like this, the elders from the community tell stories they remember from their childhood and also recount the origins of the library and culture hut so that everyone knows the story of its genesis. The people of Nyajezi have shown that from humble beginnings, a community can create an exciting center of learning. The Nyajezi Library and Culture Hut illustrate the resourcefulness of the community. Through determination and hard work, the people of Nyajezi have built a place where everyone can share their knowledge and preserve their cultural heritage.